I'll be more convincing than Pat Murphy right now. I will win a Pulitzer next year.
Hello and welcome back to Dodgers Debate. I'm Jack Harris, the LA Times Dodger beat writer, along with, my stress-free columnist tonight, Dylan Hernandez. Because
The prophet.
The prophet.
The prophet. I said yesterday Yamamoto would have to go 9, that he would go 9. He went 9.
I don't know if you said he would. You just said he needed to. Like it was going to be some easy thing.
I don't know. Let's Ponce can rewind the tape and find a little clip. I'm pretty sure I said he was going to go 9.
Here. We'll be back tomorrow. Game 2 of the NLCS. It's going to be
9-inning effort.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto and his darker hair.
Before the game, right? Obviously, Roki Sasaki basically looked dead yesterday in game 1. So, you're a little bit concerned. Okay, so basically that's gone from the bullpen.
That might be overstating.
Okay, well, he did not look good, right? I mean, he was basically unhittable previously. Pitched those 3 innings, so you already don't have that, right? With a bullpen that, again, is very shaky. Even when they were kind of up 2-1 there in the middle of the game, I'm thinking let's say Yamamoto can give him 7. How are they going to get through 8 and 9? And he just took care of the situation by making the bullpen an absolute non-factor. Right? I mean, if you look at it, these first 2 games, the bullpens have to pitch 1 inning, and that is obviously a big key here. Because I've been asking this whole time, how can you win a World Series with this pen? Well, they're showing you a way.
It led to a 5-1 Dodger win. It's the first complete game from a Dodger pitcher in the postseason since Jose Lima in 2004.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really brushed up on my Jose Lima history.
You didn't know who Robin Yount was.
No, didn't know that either.
And then you looked at his baseball reference page, and you were like, "This guy sucks."
It's an underwhelming Hall of Fame career. It's a great career, but at that level, yeah. But, the Brewers probably needed somebody like him in the lineup because, honestly, to me, for as impressive as this game was from Yamamoto, it was almost kind of boring. He gives up the leadoff home run to Jackson Chourio on what was a fine pitch that he puts a good swing on. And then from there, Max Muncy has an error in the second inning. There's a couple singles in the third and the fourth. At no point early in this game are you thinking – not just that he's going to throw a complete game or something, but it didn't even feel like his most dominant outing. But against this Brewers lineup, as the Dodgers have talked about, what is key is attack them, get ahead, force them to hit your good pitches in the zone, and then eventually he started to find a rhythm. He started to really find it, I thought, with the splitter. He ends up throwing that pitch more than any other tonight. The curveball became really good. He was ahead in the count the whole night. He retires his final 14 batters in a row, and he goes the distance and the same ballpark that he couldn't get out of the first inning in earlier this year on only 111 pitches. It's just another reminder of how overmatched the Brewers are by this Dodger pitching staff, that even on a night that started not shaky, but just kind of looked like it was going to be another good Yamamoto start, it ends up being it's the first complete game by anybody in the postseason in 8 years.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, Yamamoto, in Japan, he really had this reputation of a guy that didn't get beat twice, kind of in the same situation, right? And, this time he was attacking a lot inside, right? His splitter kind of has this natural, fading type motion. He's throwing that a lot, so...
scouting eye, pounding the inside.
The lefties, too, he's going inside, so... Now, obviously you give him credit for adjusting. But what are the Brewers doing? This is pathetic, right? Seriously, because you know what? The Reds, right, who were a much less talented team, right? The Reds are terrible. But, the Reds kind of knew the assignment, right, which was get to the Dodgers bullpen. And they did, right? And they were able to at least, not just, what was that, right? You know what you have to do.
I think the difference here.
I think they gave up, man. This thing's over.
The series.
I don't.
Over.
Yeah, we're not coming back.
We're not coming.
We're not coming back, right? That team. It's just so.
And not even because of just the talent disparity, but the Brewers had to go burn through their bullpen again tonight. Yeah. Abner Uribe, who pitched a bunch in the DS, who's their closer, has had to pitch in both of these games. Didn't look great in either. The Dodgers got to Freddie Peralta. even after that early home run, they immediately answer with a Teoscar Hernandez homer and an Andy Pages double. Shohei Ohtani had a hit. Who knew that was still possible? So I mean, yeah, like this is as commanding of a 2-0 lead as you can have in a best-of-7 series, especially as you're going back to your home ballpark. As for the Brewers
just one real quick thing there, right? And, again, Dave Roberts takes a lot of crap from people, right? But one thing that you kind of heard Pat Murphy say kind of post-game was, hey, there are these games where we're down like 4-2, we're still in it, and you got to use your relievers. And this is kind of one thing that Roberts has done very well, I think, in the last couple of years. I mean, it's not by choice. You don't want to punt, right? You don't.
Expert punter.
He's an expert. He knows when to throw in the white flag. I mean, hey, look, anyone who plays cards knows this, right? I mean, knowing when to fold your hand is like very important. No one is better at folding their hand than Dave Roberts.
Yeah, well, and tonight he stuck with his hand after last night, which we talked about. Is like the next time that he's in a situation where it's, do I go to the bullpen or do I stick with the starter?
That was fun, by the way, when somebody asked him, like, you're known for like pulling your starters early. Like, what gave you the courage to go, let these guys go so deep?
He had to give a diplomatic answer.
Our roster construction, the things in the bullpen.
Yeah, we got a bullpen thing, he said.
Oh boy.
No, but I mean, with the Brewers lineup, this is the reality of the series, right? And why, Pat Murphy has framed it as David versus Goliath, and we're the average Joes and whatever, because that lineup just doesn't have the talent to combat this kind of Dodger pitching. Now, they're pitching at this level.
What do you think of like Murphy's shtick?
I think he's got a little
because I think I think if you're gonna play David though, you gotta have to have like a certain amount of nastiness, right? And he's been doing this thing before the games, right? The reporters he hasn't met yet, especially with like the Japanese media. Hey guys, introduce yourselves, right? And it kind of lightens the mood. And then post game, he brings in his kids to kind of like, right? And I don't know, right, what the Milwaukee media is like, but obviously that kind of eliminates, right, the possibility or decreases the possibility of there being a hostile line of questioning. No, seriously, right? And you talk, right, part of the reason like the Dodgers are the Dodgers, whatever it is, right, is that there is like a culture of kind of accountability here, right? I mean, you talk about, we gave out a good guy award that eventually went to Miguel Rojas. Like personally, I gave that vote to Mookie Betts because of, he was struggling for most of the season, yet he was the guy that was out there probably talking the most. Right. And I'm not like, okay, he's not talking to us, like it's, that's going to lead to bad performance. But I do think, again, like how you kind of present yourself in public is kind of indicative of like what's kind of inside of you, right? And like, no, like in Mookie's case.
Unaccountable Brewers. This is not the take I saw coming.
That's what I feel. They just gave up. Because with the Dodgers, you don't see this.
I mean, the way Pat Murphy framed it in his very friendly line of questioning was that the Dodgers pitching has brought out the worst in them, because this is a lineup that typically does not chase, that is supposed to avoid this kind of thing happening, right? Like they're supposed to stress opposing pitchers, get them out of the game. But again, in both of these games, it seemed like the game plan was, let's try to attack them early. It's similar to kind of what the Reds did, realizing if we're going to get anything to hit, it's probably going to come early in the count. We got to be ready for it. I think the difference between that series and this one is Blake Snell pitched probably the most impressive raw pitching game you'll ever see in October. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched about as good as we've seen him over the course of an entire start all year. And those guys have so much talent. They have so much experience. They handle this moment so well that even when things start going, I guess really nothing went sideways on Snell last night, but there were a couple hot moments for Yamamoto tonight. Again, starting right from the first batter of the game, his first pitch of the game. But if you have the kind of stuff that they do, tonight with Yamamoto, again, like once he found that splitter in about the third or fourth inning, it was over. And unless you have guys who can, again, like a certain talent of hitter that can adjust to that can still do damage against it, I think it's pretty defeating when you go up there knowing, we just can't do anything with this. This guy is too good. So maybe there's some quit or whatever. I think it's just a reflection of the bad way that this series could go for the Brewers is exactly what we're seeing, which is just the Dodgers pitching is so far beyond what their talent of hitters in the lineup can handle that it leads to these kind of games. All right, what else happened today?
I don't know. The series ended.
Teoscar Hernandez took accountability for his mistake last night, and the culture of accountability. He was up there because I effed up.
Yeah,
comes back and hits a big home run.
He's done that a few times this year, huh?
He has. He's good as that.
Some adventures out of the outfield. Usually kind of makes up for it.
Did Shohei Ohtani's single erase all of your concerns from his 1 for 23 slump?
Yeah, not really.
It still didn't look great. Even that one, like he hit it hard, but it was on the ground against a drawn-in infield. Right. But again, like these problems, at least for this series, feel small in the scale of the total talent disparity.
Right.
And even now, when you look at a potential World Series matchup, like. Right. One of the other reporters who was coming up the elevator joked, like, well, the Death Star is humming now. And that's what it does feel like. Is even, the Dodgers keep saying, well, there's still ways we can improve or be better. The lineup is not completely clicking. But when you have this kind of starting pitching.
Yeah, and the thing, right, by winning these games, right, as many games as they're winning right now, it does allow them to kind of better line up their pitching, right? I mean,
at this rate, they're going to get a week off before the World Series.
Yeah, I don't know. Goodbye, Milwaukee, I guess.
I thought you'd be happier saying that.
No, I am. I just kind of thought, again, like you said, right? It feels anticlimactic, actually. I thought
you're almost disappointed in the Brewers for not making this more of a series.
Yeah, because what are we gonna write tomorrow, right? I thought it was kind of over yesterday, to be honest, but now it's just really I thought there might be a game again, right, where the Dodgers, just because of how their pitching was lined up, that they might have to throw a game somewhere. But what's fascinating now, right, is because of how worn down, like you said, the Brewers' pitching is, or the bullpen is. Their bullpen is even worse than the Dodgers now.
Yeah.
Uribe, he might as well have had Tanner Scott written across the back of his jersey. I mean, so see everybody in the World Series. I mean, what are we going to talk about the next couple of days? I guess are we going to just be on Ohtani watch? I guess we have to be on Ohtani watch. We have to be. I mean, I guess going forward, right? That's the thing now. It's you're looking forward to the World Series. So can Ohtani get right? Can Roki Sasaki be revived?
Man, we have written off some series before, but I don't know if ever at this level, 2-0, we're like, okay, what are going to be the subplots in advance of this World Series?
Yeah, because that's what this is about.
I'm sure
right?
People will love hearing this. The jinx-averse crowd that watches our shows.
Yeah, well, this is just really, this just feels over. I mean, and what, don't you think that was the most, weak-hearted, when Pat Murphy was in there, yeah, I know people are writing us off, but, he really sounded like...
Well, he did have to bring it up very unsolicitedly.
Yeah, but it was so unconvincing.
People are going to...
It's as unconvincing as, me trying to, make the case that I'm going to win, a Pulitzer next year, right? I'll be more convincing than Pat Murphy right now. I will win a Pulitzer next year. Right? I mean, at least act. I mean, no, seriously, you're in public, man. This stuff is being televised around the world. At least pretend you mean what you say.
This is where when you play the whole we're underdogs act, and then a game like this happens, it almost makes it worse.
It does. It absolutely.
It's maybe we are just average Joes compared to this Dodger team. Yeah. All right, Dodgers have a 2-0 lead in the NLCS. Might as well not even watch the rest of the series because it's so over. No, I mean, well, shoot, maybe Tyler Glasnow goes out and throws a no-hitter in Game 3 or something.
I mean, everything seems possible now.
Yeah.
I think they can bring back Kershaw now. Right.
Give him just throw him one more start.
Yeah, give him a start. Let him win.
You can't pitch against these guys. All right, well, we'll have a lot more coverage on LATimes.com. Again, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, a complete game. It is crazy. Last point. It is crazy that he just went out there and threw a complete game, and it kind of felt like, oh, even his reaction at the end of the game, he's like, oh, I did it. This has been the whole discourse in baseball for a decade now that no one does it. But he did tonight. The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead in the NLCS. Game 3 will be on Thursday back in LA. We will be there. Bill Plaschke will be back with us. And, boy, if the Dodgers win that one, I don't even know what you guys are going to say about the Brewers. So, tune in.
Tune in.